Wednesday, a motivational Wednesday. That's what I like to call it, because our good friend Stacie Rene joins us on the show. And we always kind of go over topics. And I love this next one because it's, while we're in our minds, we may be starting on a new journey, but you kind of have to be careful who you share things with.
Yes, you do, because if you share things with certain people, you have to be on your toes because one, they may like what you say and say, oh, I never thought of that and I'm going to take it and I'm going to run off with it. So you never know what their true intention is either. So you have to really think about sharing your intention, sharing your thoughts. And I heard a story that I had a friend who was making all these great tips at a restaurant, and their best friend was working there as well. And they're like, hey, how are you making all these tips? And he's like, well, I do this, this, and this. He's like, oh, and he's like, well, they're just gonna have to accept me. And that one friend was getting more and more upset because they were making all the tips and it turned into a disaster. Shared the secrets, they took them over, and it was just not a good situation. And you never know someone's true intention, and they may be your bestie, but there's also a lot of jealousy in this world. So be very careful what you share.
Oh, I've learned that so well over the past year. On top of that, though, Stacie, I also want to ask you, because we may be trying to shift into a more positive mind, but when we share our thoughts and ideas with someone else, they may shoot them down. And what does that do to your goals?
Absolutely. It takes away your confidence. It takes away your focus, and it puts unnecessary thoughts in your way. Because when I was doing my book and I had mentioned, oh, I'm doing this book, and I had a friend read it, they came back and they said, well, you're not digging deep enough, and you need to put this and this and this in there. And I got really insecure, like, oh, shoot, maybe I should have. And it just really messed with my mind, and it prolonged the activity of my journey. And, everybody has different stories, journeys. They have their own take depending on what their life, situations have been. And so, yes, you're going to get all these darts that come to you. But if you stay focused, what your end point is, then you will succeed. And again, people love to put daggers in others because of their own life situation. So stay true to yourself. And not only that, but when you have a situation and you have a goal in mind, stick to it. Because other influences will really, really take you down a path that you don't want to go. And lose focus is the number one thing.
Believe in yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
See, I love having you on the show every week because I always need that boost of energy, and you deliver it. Again, where can people find more information about you? But I love your Instagrams as well.
Thank you so much. You can find me on Stacie Rene Motivation for Instagram, or my website, stacierene.com. There's just my phone number. You can always call me. Hey, I'm easily accessible. Message me. We always need that little mini shift and redirection. And if you get in that situation, then get redirected. Everything's in your mindset, how you are, what you want to focus on, other strategies. How do you get yourself out of the gutter? There's all these tips that you can utilize. But number one thing is not letting others influence you. Keep your goals and your thoughts mainly to yourself, because that will keep you where you want to go. And then just believe in yourself. That is the number one thing. Believe in yourself. I believe, I receive.
I so love you. Thank you so much for always being such gracious with your time. We so appreciate. Here on the Splash Live